Hello Sagittarius, it's July and it's time for your general reading. So take what works, leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. So let's see what's going on for you Sagittarians for this month of July. It is a general reading, so at times it kind of opens itself up to like what I feel might be a core issue that's dominating all of you. But it could be love, could be money, it could be family, it could be friends, it could be anything. So take what works and leave what does not. All right, Sagittarians, let's see. I feel like these cards are very determined. All right, so there's a secret that comes out. I think, all right, for some of you Sagittarians, there is something that comes up. You know, something, this is usually, you know, revealing secrets. Something comes out of the unknown. It's also your intuition. And I think you learned something about somebody. And I think you put a lot of energy into making something work. I really feel like this has to do with money, okay? Because we have a lot of pentacles here. So it's almost like somebody doesn't want to put any more effort into an issue, a project, something that you guys are working on. But it's almost as if like you're not willing to just give up either. You're not willing to just walk away from this. Even though I think you feel, you know, a little bit like, you know, you work so hard to make this work and you can see this all happening. You don't see how you want this to end, but this secret that comes out, it's like a backstab. I mean, somebody like totally like tries to stab you in the back. It could be at work. And then that leaves you very confused. Not really knowing what to do because them not wanting to put any more energy or effort into this, and you may find out that they never wanted to do this. They just went along for the money. But you're going to try to make it work. Even if you got to start, you know, from ground zero, you're going to pull it up by the bootstraps. And I just don't see you giving up. I mean, you worked really, really hard, you know, to bring the stability into your life. Yeah. Yeah, you're not ready to just throw everything away. Whoa. You know, so I think if this is an issue, because you may have been involved with people that, you know, you just don't want. I mean, you guys have been together for a long time. I don't think you just want to walk away and then, you know, with nothing left. I don't think you want to do that. So I feel like, you know, you would rather like clean the slate. But, you know, if they're going to continue to, like, backstab you and not tell you the truth, you need to be careful of that. So I think you need to really ground yourself and really see, you know, the toxic energy that's really around you. Because there's something at work. I mean, you got to grab the bull by the horns. Maybe you're dealing with a Taurus. But I just really feel like you've got to get control of this situation because you've worked so hard and you feel like you're not going to come out with anything. Because you're not going to put this to rest. Like, it's almost like you refuse to let this end. Even if you feel backstabbed, it's you know, be careful of revenge. You know, I'm going to make it work no matter what, you know, and you'll get yours. Be careful of that. Because, you know, this is one of those things. It's like you don't want to miss an opportunity, you know, to reconcile or to fix something or to get this back off the ground. I mean, you too, I feel like you've come a long way. I feel like there's friends. But you're not willing to keep going. I think you're ready to break free and go on your own. Honestly, I think you're like, you know, I would rather swallow my losses, take my losses, and run, because you're worth more than that. Yeah. It's like, you're not going to let them make you feel guilty or feel bad for maybe it was a decision or something that you did. I mean, this is definitely about, I feel like, you know, partners. You know, but I think I think the two of you, maybe there was more than two of you, because there is a lot of people involved. I think somebody was trying to do something on the flip side, on the back side, and they weren't telling you everything. And you felt a little betrayed, a little hurt. Yeah, and I mean, financially, it's like you're ruined. Like all of a sudden now you got nothing. So, yeah. I think you're a little shut down right now. And you want to open up, but and start fresh, but you're not so sure whether or not you can really do that. You're ready to just make this in, because you're not going to pretend. You know, if there was a situation that went on between you and someone else about money, and they put all the work in, you know, and then all of a sudden they stop putting the work in. Yeah, I think this is one of these situations where there wasn't any clarity that had come by, but it was just a matter of time because, you know, things weren't clear. It's like, all right, let's all work together. Yeah, we'll get this done. We'll make this really good. And then all of a sudden, boom, why did somebody just all of a sudden say, well, fine, I'm out of here? It's because somebody, you know, there was no clarity. Terms, people had different visions, outcomes. But I think it was one of these things that even though it wasn't anything you wanted to hear, somebody had to walk away from this situation because, you know, it is what it is, Sagittarius. You know, if there's somebody else, if you guys are like on different pages and you guys can't get on the same page, I think eventually somebody does walk away. Yeah. You know, because what's the point in making this go anymore? You know, especially when it's just time to put this to rest and close this chapter, this door, whatever it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel this deep sadness. Like, oh, yeah, it comes to an end. A partnership, something that you're working on. July, it's one of these things where, you know, it doesn't matter. You just can't get anything off the ground with this person either. It's almost like they gave up, they're over it, they're done. The end. Let's get some advice for you Sagittarians. Your intuition. I mean, I think you realized that, you know, when the other person didn't have the passion, they just didn't. It left you feeling really unsettled. And maybe you were feeling that they didn't have their heart into it, or maybe you had your heart into it and they didn't. But it was just a matter of time, this unsettled feeling you had about it before it finally like came to a head. So eventually you move on and you close this cycle. Yeah. We'll see what happens as a result of that. But anyway, this is that I feel so stressed. I'm like, I feel bad because I feel like this was one of those things that started out as like the dream and then it ended up as the nightmare. You know, so yeah, you had to make a decision. You were really shut down about what you were going to do because I mean, it's almost like you can't believe you worked so hard and then boom, it's gone. But this was something that, you know, you could have seen coming. You could have seen coming. But I felt like you were a little jaded by the whole enterprise or whatever it was that was going on. Anyway, I think there was a lot of fighting. There was a lot of art. I think the two of you just, I keep feeling like there's two of you. I think even if it might have been a bigger group of people, I think there was just two people who went at it, you know, and it's like you guys were the core and now there is no core. So I think you're ready to move on because you realize that it doesn't matter what this person says. You know, if they don't have their heart into it, then you've got to get control and make things happen. Because you know, you've lost enough money already. And you might have to reach out and get, you know, maybe a little help from somebody, maybe somebody, you know, a relative, somebody I mean, I just feel like, you know, you lost a lot. And maybe you lost a lot more money than you thought. So you've got to ask for some help, at least to pay the rent or something like that. And maybe you got to open up about what really happened, so that you can start healing from this whole traumatic event. Because I feel like I can sense like the drama, you know, like, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. I can't believe we worked so hard and now there's nothing. Yeah, so I do think that for some of you Sagittarians, I mean, all this anxiety and uncertainty, it starts to come to an end, you know, because when there is nothing left, you know, and then it's really clear that somebody's going to move on, I think you try to pick up the pieces, but you remain hurt, you know. But I think there is, you know, this call for peace between you guys, and you really would like to see that healed. You know, I think you would like to open up to them and, you know, come back and say, hey, you know, it was really unfortunate and it didn't turn out the way we wanted, but, you know, we've been friends too long to have this kind of like ruin our friendship, and just maybe see where it goes from there. All right, Sagittarius, so that's what I've got for you. So I think that's your dominating issue for July. So take what works and leave what doesn't. Messages are for the greatest and highest good. All right, until the next time, thumbs up for me if you liked it, and I'll see you. Bye.